And so here's Parker now. He'll have 60 seconds to try and make his way through 5 racks, each one containing 4 regular balls, and then the 2-point money ball.
A maximum score is 30 points, Kevin, but you've got to get into a really good rhythm right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's usually pretty easy to tell right away whether a player has it going or not.
And, Steve, you know that it's crucial to stay as loose and as relaxed and as comfortable as possible heading into the round.
Yeah, I thought my first couple of times in this competition, Clark, I was way too tense. And when I finally won it in my 4th try, it was because I really didn't have any expectations. I came in, just wanted to have fun, and I did have fun because I won.
9 points. Chalk it up. His 4th in a row.
Looking very good now, locked in. Rock solid shooting down the stretch.
12 for him. Good for 13, and 13 is the final score. He turned in a pretty good round right there, don't you think?
Kevin, I think he'd be real pleased with that score. I mean, it can always be a little bit higher, but that was plenty good.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. He's probably happy with it, not ecstatic, but, you know, he did his job and put up a pretty good number.
And so it'll be Stephen Curry.
You know, I feel like guys sometimes start to drift off mentally deep in a round. How about you, Steve? Did you ever find your focus slipping away as you got to the last couple of racks?
Yeah, I think my first couple of years, you know, by the 3rd rack, I started thinking about popcorn or, you know, maybe where I was going to go to dinner later.
He's got 9. A 3-point rack for him right there. Up to 10 now. Now with 11. Can't get the money ball. That gives him 12. That's 13. And 13 is the final score. Well, a very respectable performance from him there, guys.
Well, the key was he was consistent, Kevin. He didn't really get too hot, but he never got cold. And that's important. You've just got to continue to shoot through the ups and downs.
It's all about establishing the rhythm early on and then keeping it going throughout the round. Am I right, Steve?
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you get off to a slow start in this competition, Clark, you're in big trouble because the clock starts to tick. You start to panic a little bit. You start to rush. You really need to find that groove early, and then you can gain your confidence and let it roll. Solid start there.
8 points. Now 9 points. And he's made all 3 money balls. 12 for him. It's tied up. That shot puts him in first.
Rock solid shooting down the stretch.
Make it 17, and that's his 4th straight. His score sits at 18 points for the round. Guys, hard to find any fault with that display.
Well, we all know how important the money balls are in this event, and he hit 4 out of 5 of them. That's very good work.
And so we'll see Wesley Matthews.
You know, Wes Matthews, Kevin, out of Marquette, had a really solid career there, but was undrafted. A player who's really solidified himself as a quality NBA talent. I mean, a tough defender. He's a pretty good shooter. Can handle it. I mean, there's not anything he doesn't do reasonably well.
You remember his dad, Wes Matthews, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I remember, those Wisconsin teams cost me a Big Ten championship. Cost us a Big Ten title back in 1980, and Wes Matthews was the culprit. He was the catalyst for knocking us off twice in those games.
I am sorry I brought that up.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing.
I know I did.
You knew what you were doing. Yeah, you knew what you were doing.
Steve, help me out here.
You know, he's got to get at least 13 here. That seems doable to me.
The door's open. A good round would do it.
Only 1 miss to spare the rest of the way.
He's got 9. He's got 10.
He's got his rhythm now. Wes Matthews locked in.
1 more to stay alive.
His total for the round comes to 12. Well, I didn't expect that score to be as low as it was. What about you guys?
Yeah, he was totally inconsistent out there. You know, we always talk about guys getting into a rhythm in this event, and he just never was able to do that.
You definitely want to try to get off to a good start because, guys, I'll tell you, if you whiff that first rack, he can really throw you off and keep you off.
Oh, no question, Clark. That rack comes so quickly, the clock's ticking, and all of a sudden you're behind and you press, and it's tough to shoot when you're really trying to force the issue.
Now with 4. 7 points more to stay alive.
Seven more points to stay in contention.
7 points. 8 points. 3 more points to stay in contention.
He needs 3 more points. Not good.
He's made all but one of his money balls. Tied for second, he completes the round with 13 points. That was a nice piece of shooting we saw from him out there.
Well, the key was, Kevin, he took 6 out of a possible 10 points from the money balls. And those are huge points. You've got to take advantage of them, and he did.
And so here's Boston. It can be a big advantage going last. He knows the score he needs to beat in order to qualify. And he needs at least 13 here to avoid elimination.
Yeah, he's got it in him. I mean, it's going to require a pretty good effort out of him, but it's right there for him.
6 more and he advances.
He's got 8.
Yes, sir.
10 points on the board.
Boy, he's heating up, guys.
And that'll get him into a second-place tie.
This is getting ridiculous. That's 13 straight. And with that shot, he moves to the sole possession of first place. He's on top. 21. He's 4 for 4 on money balls. 24. 25 points. 25. A huge score. 26 points. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
It got out of control for a while there. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. Just one shot after another, just continuing to fall. He was in an unbelievable groove.
Rodriguez has got to be pretty happy about his performance in the first round, as it has him looking very, very good for the finals.
Definitely, Kevin. I mean, if he can shoot anywhere close to as well as he did in qualifying, we'll have this contest in the bag.
Yeah, but you know, one round doesn't blend into the next, Clark. So he's got to put it together again. And one thing we do know, if he's got another performance like that one in him, this is going to be an unbelievable performance overall.
And so here's Parker now. He's got 24 seconds here to put up as many points as he can. And so it'll be Stephen Curry here. Pressure's on. He's got 24 seconds to top the score and move on.
Well, that score can't have him too worried. I'm guessing he'll top that without much problem.
Drains the money ball. Now with 4. 5 points now. And that's his 4th straight. 7 points.
Respectable start here.
"24 seconds back on the clock. Can he do better?" The door wide open right now. Makes his first there. Only managed to sink one there. 2 points. 3 down. And so here's Parker now. The shot clock's at 24 seconds. He better be ready to put up some points in a hurry.
Let's do this.
Makes his first there.
Tough rack right there.
That's 2. And so here's Curry now. 24 seconds back on the clock. Can he do better?
Well, he shouldn't need all 5 racks to top that mark. I mean, he could get there early.
Makes his first there. That's 2. He could have taken more from that rack, only got 2 points. 3 down. Gets the money ball. And so it'll be Stephen Curry here.
You look at the numbers through the first part of his career. I mean, there's a legitimate case that Steph Curry will go down as maybe the best shooter in the history of the NBA.
From the very first year it took place, the three-point contest has been so much fun. Larry Bird won the first 3 in a row, a few of them in dramatic fashion.
And that was one of the things that made it special right away, having one of the all-time legends putting his stamp on the shootout immediately.
6. 7 points. 8 points. 2 racks to go. Now 9 points. He's got 10. Down to the final rack. 11 points. That gives him 12. He's got 12 points to show for his efforts there. There was just something off about him in that round.
Yeah, you know, in this format, once it goes wrong, sometimes the harder a player tries, the worse it gets. And you only have a few seconds to correct it, and he can get away from you quick.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so dead. The time constraints start to play on your mind. You know, you hear that clock ticking in your head, and you force it. And when you force it, there's no way you're going to get into a good groove.
He's going to need 12 to tie or can move in front.
8 more points, and he'll tie things up.
He comes away with 4 points on that rack.
7 more points, and he'll tie it.
Uh-oh.
That's 5 in a row. He better get it together. He's missed all 3 money balls so far. That's 6 points left on the table. 5 more points to tie it up. He's got 8. Money ball, no good. 4 more points, and it's time. He misses his 4th straight, and that about does it.
Too late to make up ground now.
Yep, out of reach.
8 points is all he ends up with there. Well, not his finest showing. I think we can all agree he could have done a lot better.
You know, he clanged 7 in a row in that round. You just can't afford a miss streak like that in this contest. There's just not time to make it up.
And so here's Boston. He was the hottest shooter entering the finals, so he earned the right to go last. And he knows exactly what the target is.
The door is open. 12 points is the score to beat. Not a big number. 5 more points to tie it up.
Yeah, he's starting to get it going.
Tremendous. Nearly perfect there. Just 1 miss on the rack. 12 for him. That'll do it. That's good. You're looking at the winner right there, folks. The rest is gravy.
Masterful performance.
Boy, I love the flow, the confidence he's shown here, and the fans loving it too.
That's a streak of 7 in a row. 23. 10 in a row. My goodness. 11 straight. He's raining them down. A jaw-dropping 28 points for the round. Wow, that was something else, guys. We don't see too many performances like that.
I think things are so much easier when a shooter gets off to a good start, and he certainly did that.
And that brings the three-point contest to a close. Coming out on top of the kind of field we had here tonight says so much about our champion this year.
It was a great event. There's always so much excitement packed into the three-point contest.
Yeah, no question, Clark. Those were some real theatrics we saw out there today.
And the drama, the excitement, this year's three-point contest had it all. And it was our pleasure to bring it to you. For myself, Kevin Harlan, and my partners, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Thank you, everyone, and good night.